So welcome to our Building Week presentation. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today for the next 30 minutes. So my name is Joe Magus. I'm a BIM and virtual reality and collaboration specialist. I'm CEO at Fusion Tech, and we support, train, and supply software to the construction industry, including architects, interior designers, home builders. And as part of this presentation, we're also present at the Buildings Week show. We're happy to be here with a booth with Graphisoft, the makers of Archicad, and we have our own booth here. So please make sure to come visit us virtually. So this presentation is fundamentally about the question of the now and the wow. In other words, what is the now and the wow, and why is it a challenge, and why do we need to rectify this? The now is what I define as the thing you have to get it done every day. If you don't get those drawings out, those estimates or that coordination done, you won't get paid. The now are these type tasks that need to get done every day for you to be successful. What is the wow? Well, increasingly, customers are demanding and expecting amazing designs and visualization and even virtual reality. You need the wow as well. The wow helps you to grow your business and to attract new customers. So we have these two fundamental deliverables that your company needs to produce. What's the challenge? The challenge is often the now and wow are accomplished on two separate processes with two separate sets of software. On the now side, we might have software like Microsoft Excel, AutoCAD, or Revit. Softwares that are very good at documenting or quantifying information. On the right, we might have 3D modeling software or visualization software such as SketchUp, Lumion, or Enscape that help create that wow in your project. But approaching the challenge of the now and wow on two separate software tracks is a bit of a challenge. This is kind of what it looks like. As we start our design process and move through documentation and visualization, we can see not only do we have to jump tracks sometimes, we may even have to backtrack. And this requires a lot of duplicated and wasted effort. In fact, you'll notice here that there's a gap between the now and the wow. And that gap, I call the ow. It's the pain associated with trying to document and visualize a building using two separate sets of software solution. So what is the cost of this? Like, how big is the ow? Well, what do you think? I often ask designers, interior designers, architects, home builders, how much duplicated effort they're spending between the now and the wow. And this is the answer I often get. Okay, this is a huge number. Imagine if we lost 50% of our work next year, or 20% we got paid less on our jobs. Well, would these affect your business? Now, if we're spending 10 to 50% of our time redoing our work, we're losing profits out of our company. In fact, more than profits, I showed this to one individual last week, and he said, I feel like that bucket is not just profits, it's showing my blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, his effort as a designer was being wasted because of this, because of the cost of not doing them in the same solution. Well, the reason we're here is we feel the now and wow is the biggest challenge facing the design industry. And of course, we feel we have a solution. Between Archicad, BIMX, and Twinmotion, we feel that we're able to provide our clients with this type of a workflow. Although no project is perfect, no building is perfect, there's no need for backtracking because we're able to accomplish the now and the wow at the same time. Now, a little bit more about these products. Archicad is a mature, intuitive BIM solution. BIMX is a mobile app that's included with Archicad, or is an output from Archicad. And it's just a beautiful way to visualize your buildings. Twinmotion is like the cherry on the cake. Twinmotion allows you to take a model from Archicad and to visualize it in real life with people, with weather conditions, creating a virtual reality environment. The best of all, if we're able to establish that we can do the now and wow at the same time with these solutions, then it's one purchase. When you buy Archicad, BIMX is included and Twinmotion is included. So let's take a look at this and see if it's possible to accomplish the now and wow at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over here into our Archicad session. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is that Archicad looks beautiful. Right off the bat, we're able to move around this with very responsive times. Okay. And we're able to see, yes, Archicad not only can handle a large building, it's beautiful to look at. So we're getting a little taste of that wow, even within our BIM product. Well, let's take a look inside. Let's go inside our building. I'm going to click on this little guy down here, Explore. And what I'm able to do is with video game-like controls, I'm able to just move through my building, adjusting where I'm looking with my mouse, and we're able to look around, right? So this is right within the application that's provided by Archicad. Now, what else can we do? Well, it's fantastic here. We'll go to a floor plan. Okay. So this should help you realize, well, it's doing the wow, but there's some now. This is a drawing that you might issue with dimensions, with notes. What we're going to do is we're going to use a tool here called the marquee tool. And what we're able to do with this tool is kind of sketch around. I'm going to kind of draw a line from there. And we're going to cut our building through this area. Okay, so we're going to grab that. And all I have to do is press F5 on my keyboard, and presto. It cut a section of my building through that plane. Okay, so we're able very easily to not only see the building information that's going to be created, it's actually displayed in a beautiful way as well. We can change how this is displayed very easily in Archicad. For example, we can go to something called a white model. This might be a value when we don't want to show materials because we don't want our customer to get concerned about that at the moment. So we can switch to a white model approach, or we can also go here to a white model with shadows. So that's the kind of thing we're able to do right within our BIM application. We'll go back to our simple shading option. Now, we have this information. It's beautiful. Can we move it? Can we do something with it in the now? Can we create drawings from this? Absolutely, we can. It's really easy to do. We're going to right-click again, and we're going to say New Document from 3D. What does this do? Well, this creates what's called a 3D document within our project. And you can see it grabbed a snapshot of that information, not an image, a very clean looking drawing that we now could add notes to for our project. In fact, we have other of these 3D documents in our project. Hope you don't mind, I'd like to show you a few of them. We're going to show you here a section of our building. Of course, the section will help us to visualize what the building looks like cut like that. So a little bit of now, a little bit of wow. How about this floor plan? I have to ask you the question, are you able to produce this type of a document, this type of an image that's live in your model and it's right within your BIM application? See, that's beautiful. We have not left our Archicad interface. We do, however, as well, we're able to look at this model in a way that would be suitable for construction documentation. So we'll go to our first floor, and we have our first floor there. We have building sections that are strictly 2D that are linked right to the model. Okay. And we have building elevations. Now, these are just going to take a moment or two to appear. I hope you'll be patient with me, but I think you'll be impressed with the results. Of course, Archicad is able to document virtually any part of a project in 2D to make sure that you can get your drawings out. There we go. So some beautiful looking information within our Archicad file. Now, Archicad also gives us the ability to create these publisher sets. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it allows us to publish straight from Archicad, not only to DWG, to IFC or to Revit, but also right to something called BIMX Pro. What BIMX is, well, I'll tell you what, why don't I just show you? What we're going to do here is I'm going to get my phone out. All right. So this is a display of my phone. So I'll hold it right here. I'm going to click on this app called BIMX. And we have this project here that I want to show you. Let's go into the floor plan. And right off the bat, it's perhaps not that remarkable. Almost looks like a PDF that you're mobily able to view. But BIMX helps us to go from the now to the wow in a beautiful way. I'm going to click on this 3D button here. And what it's going to do is it's going to take these two worlds and it's going to merge them together. So now I'm able to see my floor plan still, while I'm able to also enter into my building, okay, and look around. So as I look around here, I can see, okay, well, the ceiling's cut right now, so I'm just going to undo that cut. Okay, and there's a little walker here. See this little walker symbol? I'm able to walk in a joystick control. I'm kind of bumping on things, so it's just let me through there. All right. And what I want to show you here is a set of drawings right on our table, right? So how about that? We have the now inside of the wow, right? This also works equally well in terms of a building section. We're able to communicate our design to our to like a potential buyer, but we can also open a building section, okay, for construction administration purposes. We may need to show people, the builder, the actual 3D of this. And you can see this again helps the builder to understand what was intended by the 2D drawing. It's a perfect harmony between the now and the wow. So thank you for letting me show that. So that was BIMX. That was amazing. And we're able to use a BIMX goggle, put our phone into it, BIMX cardboard, and look at this within virtual reality. How nice is that? Now, we can see that Archicad is beautiful, and it seems to be able to produce our drawings. However, a key question is, am I able to design in Archicad? Is it intuitive enough? How easy is it to use? Well, in order to show that, let's flip over to a project that we're just starting. So here we are inside of a completely blank project in Archicad. Let's see how easy it is to start a project and to do some design within Archicad. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the scale on this view to match a PDF that I'm going to drag in. I'm able to take this PDF here and simply just drag it and drop it onto my Archicad session. Wow, that went well. So now what I'm going to do is take this PDF We're just going to move it so that it fits in like that. Now what I need to do is I need to explode this into my current view. That'll allow me to trace over this PDF and as well to extract information off of it. Now my PDF is exploded. I'm able to go and to use information on here to create our model. I'm going to use a morph tool, which is kind of like having some clay within our model, very similar to SketchUp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a special tool called the magic wand, and I'm just going to grab this outline of that building. All right. As well, I'll grab this building with a morph. All right, looks good so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to a different tool called the mesh. Okay, and I'm going to create a mesh of the site. Let's see what happened in 3D. All right, in 3D, I have the site drawn from my PDF, and I have my two buildings there, but they're flat. No problem at all. Archicad has a little tool called the pet palette, and what it allows you to do is it kind of follows you around everywhere you go, trying to help you. So with this, I'm able to pull this up, keying in a value for how high that is. And again, over here, I can grab this guy up to 20 feet. Perfect. Well, I'm quite happy with that. Now, how about putting a roof on top of here? Well, let's go to our roof tool. Again, using the magic wand, I'm just going to grab the outline of that morph, and it's going to create a roof. Oh boy, it's on the ground. So how are we going to deal with that? No problems. In Archicad, either we can reconnect that to a different level or story, as they're called in Archicad, or we can even visually move this up by grabbing it here, going to our move, and locking into a 3D spot. We can move this up, for example, 20 feet. Well, that was easy. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Grab this guy here, grab that one there, right click, and I'm going to connect these two. I'm going to say trim elements to roof shell, and I trim them. Okay, that's fantastic. Now, if I had to edit this geometry, for example, let's say this roof was a gable end and not a hip. I'm easily able to do that as well. Select this point, and we're just going to move it like so. Piece of cake within Archicad. All right, so let's talk about our new building. So here's where Archicad is just a beautiful software when it comes to designing buildings as well as documenting them. I can go to my wall tool, and I have multiple assemblies of walls built. Let's just grab a stucco option or a siding option to start off here. And we can easily just either by picking points, snapping to geometry, we can go around our building, and we're able to add, for example, a structure like that. All right. Maybe we're not happy with how high it is. So very easy now to simply take the geometry. Again, we can assign it up even higher. All right, so far so good. Now, let's edit this a little more to show how flexible it is. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to divide this area up. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to add a point there, and go here, and add a point there, and grab here, changing my pet palette, and either I can extrude this geometry inside or out like that. All right, that was easy. Let's take a look at what we can do in 3D. In 3D, we can grab this wall here, for example, and easily curve it. Or grab this wall here and angle it out. Many of our customers are quite happy doing all their design within Archicad right from day one on their project. I'll grab this wall. Perhaps the wood siding's not doing it for us, so we could change it, for example, to a stucco wall. All right, so let's keep it a stucco, but look at all our other walls. They haven't updated yet. So we can just grab the properties of that wall and then very easily inject them into these other walls here. Okay. Both these fellas here. What can we do with those guys? Well, again, we can change them, for example, into a masonry wall. So now we're here. Now we just need to add some kind of a roof on top of here. It's not a problem at all. Archicad, we can simply grab the slab tool, find a roof structure that we're happy with, press the space. And we created a roof structure there that we're able to move up the head of our building. Notice here, though, that this area didn't quite fill in. It's not a problem. Simply because it's angled, we can easily just stretch this out to there. So that's working good. Doors and windows are super easy. We have a huge library of information within Archicad that allows us to easily put in doors and windows with dozens of parameters for our project. All right. So we can see, even though Archicad is a BIM software, we're able to do our building designs within it. So now back in our other project, we're going to put the icing on the cake here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this project into Twinmotion. Now, Twinmotion is a separate product that gets included with your purchase that allows us to bring things into an immersive environment. So we're going to click here and do a synchronization. All right, so here we are inside of Twinmotion, and we can see that it's an environment that actually has more life to it. For example, we can see that these trees are gently moving, right? So we have life in here. And this really helps people to experience the buildings that they're going to work in, play in, and live in before it's built. This helps us to make good design decisions. So the first thing we can do in Twinmotion is to replace some materials. Now we have decent looking materials in Archicad, but we can add some really real life materials in there. What we'll do is we added just some wood kind of deck look there, and we can change the scale of it. We can also change how reflective it is, and we can change a bunch of other things. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, how about this paneling over there? I'd like to see something different there. So we're able to play with texture, we're able to play with color, and really to get to a design that really will work for us. So I'm going to take this and just drag it over there. Well, it's a little dark for me, so we can easily just grab here. Maybe I want more of kind of like a bronzy look. Maybe something like that. All right. I think that should work for what I want. All right. Now, what really makes a difference here is seeing weather or seeing sunshine change. So you can see here, we're able to change the time of day based on where the sun is. And it's just a beautiful thing. What about weather? Well, we can also add weather to our scene. We click down here, and we can either change it from a summer day to a rainy day, back to summer day, go to rain, but we'll keep it colder, and we can add some snow. Okay, let's not do that. Let's move it back here. All right. So we have a little bit of rain that's come down, have some puddling there. That's great. Now what we do is we bring people into it. And this just really opens up the interface to people. They can experience, so let me go back here. You know what? Please forgive me. It's right there. I was overthinking it. So let's find someone here. Let's put her inside Twinmotion. Oh, so I drag her in. Okay. And we can also have her do stuff. So let's have her talking on her phone. For example, there's her standing, or there's her walking around. Okay. Now we just need to rotate her a little bit so she doesn't walk off the edge. So maybe we'll just spin her around. You can see we're able to do amazing things inside of Twinmotion. Now let's find someone who looks perhaps like me. Let's see if I can find someone. Bring this guy in. Okay. This guy reminds me of me. Let's put him on the ground. Well, actually, I'm not. This guy's kind of better looking than me, so. But a guy can dream, right? So we have these people now inside of Twinmotion. We have real world materials. We're able to edit and get real life feedback off of color, off of that a little bit more like that. And as well, we can change the scale of things. Now, how can we output this so that people can experience it in real time? Well, we can click on our, and if we have a VR set up right here, we literally would be in virtual reality at this time. However, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go out here and create a video. Just going to click here, wait a few seconds, and I'll click again. And just as easy as that, we can now output this as a product that we can show, that we can share with someone. So we'll save it to our video. I'll show an example that I created earlier. This will only take a few minutes to produce, but this is something that I created earlier, right? So very quickly, within a few moments, we're able to show what our building will look like, show multiple options, and have people experience what it's like to be in there. We can see this is wow beyond people's imagination. So how can we summarize our discussion today? Well, we talked about how you need to deliver the now and the wow to your customers. Both are needed, both are essential. However, delivering them in separate processes is painful. Remember, the gap between the now and the wow is the ow. That's where you lose 10 to 50% of your productivity, of your effort, of your sanity in building buildings. You don't want to do that. With Archicad, BIMX, and Twinmotion, we're able to do all of this in one workflow that moves forward with virtually no backtracking or duplicated effort. So I'd like to thank you very much for joining us today. Certainly we look forward to having a discussion with you if you come to our booth, or feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you so much.